We've got on the call, and let's give a shout out to some of these bronze and above people. Shout me out in the comments, in the chat. Let me know where you're logging on from, what country. That would be amazing. Welcome Adina, Andreas, Anna, Attila, Carolina, Christoforos, Chikla, Diane, Dinah, Effie, welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. Goran, welcome. Wow, Jesse, welcome. Karina, welcome. Lemuta, Lefteris, Maria, Marianne. We've got people logging in from Romania, Sweden. Hey, you don't need to learn too much to say hey in Swedish. Marius, Michaela. Welcome, guys. We're excited to have you on here. Panayotis, Parian, Pia, Papa, Ramona, Serban, Stefania, welcome. So welcome everybody. Welcome from all corners of the world. We are so excited to have you on here today. And today we are in for an absolute real treat. I couldn't believe when we managed to score this one. I was like, oh my God, we have won the World Cup. This is amazing. This guy is going to be unbelievable. But before I introduce our guest speaker, I've just got some shout outs to do because certain people ran for rank to be on this call. So let's do some quick shout outs and recognize them. Just go ahead and give them a shout out on the chat, give them the thumbs up, give them some kudos for what they've achieved. So I want to shout out the new bronzes that ran to be on this call for our featured guest speaker tonight, Adela Pantaleimon. Congratulations. Anka and Florin Marian, congratulations. Dana Xinos, congratulations. Ozana Alexandra, congratulations. And Flavio Kadar, congratulations. I hope I said the names well. That's fantastic. You guys have all hit bronze since the last time we did recognition. And then also we've got a couple of people that have just hit Royale, Karine David and Michaela Wecha, Estera Cosa, so they've just hit Royale, congratulations. And a couple of guys have just hit Silver. So Kalin and Carmen, congratulations. We are so proud of your efforts. Well done, guys. So guys, tonight is something exceptional. You know, we have the original secret agent here with us. Now, this guy, he's got a heart of gold. A lot of you who were on the training at the weekend, and I'm pretty sure every single person on this call was on that training, right? Or you would not be where you're at today, but you've heard him speak. You've heard his story of being that guy that got started, I believe it was 19 years ago. He got started because he wanted to have, you know, a full tank of gas. You know, he was one of those guys where he was just filling up maybe with $10 because that's what he could afford at a time. And he was getting sick and tired of where he was at. So he saw the network marketing industry. He fell in love with it. And he has built some incredible teams in his career through network marketing. You know, he started off as a dancer. He's never had a full-time job in his life. You know, he's only ever been self-employed and done network marketing, which is incredible. But do you know what blew me away when we were on the training this weekend, Accelerate? The level that this guy's performing at. Did you see? Not only does he spend his money on experiences, which we love, but he also surrounds himself with some of the craziest people. Guys who are waiting on interpretation, I will get to that in a moment as soon as I bring Jesse up. So just hold tight, because I'm not one of these people that can, like, you know, multitask and talk at the same time, but we will get there. As soon as we get this guy on, I will make you the interpreter. But look, this guy, he is absolutely incredible. He's not only a secret agent, he is a Crown Royale secret agent. He is the top level of our incredible company. He just recently hit that. He's got the $1 million cash bonus with our company. And not only that, he's also a partner with our company. Guys, let's give it up for Jesse. Please welcome him on the chat. And I am going to make him co-host. Let me bring him up. But guys, please on the chat, let's give him the warmest welcome. This is the first call he's on for Europe, for the Europe leadership. So please go ahead and make him so welcome. Jesse, welcome to the screen. You are now the co-host. We are so excited you're here.
Oh, I am so excited to be here. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
Let me find you and pin you. I can hear you. I cannot see
Oh, I think I
you.
got pinned. Somebody pinned me.
Awesome. Epic. Epic
Am I
times.
am I pinned now? All right.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
all right. Well, thank you for the incredible introduction. And Melanie, congratulations to you on your recent advancement, and more importantly, helping set the foundation for all of Secret in Europe. And it's really, really exciting. So, are we getting? We have translation being set up here. I just want to make sure we're
I'm
good
working
on.
on the translation. I'm doing it as we speak. So
Perfect.
just
Perfect. If before we get started, if you do have the ability to turn your camera on, that would be amazing. I'd love to see all your beautiful smiling faces. There we go. Uh, there we go. So,
Itt is
hello.
vagytok.
All right. So we've got French. It looks like interpretation coming available. It looks like we've got a couple others. So hello, 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 hello. I'm just checking you guys out. You guys are so beautiful. Like, I can't wait to come visit. So where's everybody from in the chat? If you could type into the chat box, let me know where you're coming from. That would be amazing. And we'll get started with today's call. So Germany, Romania. I have not been to Romania. Cyprus is on my list. I got to get there for sure. Sweden,
Bocsánat,
Greece.
ki voltam kapcsolva.
So
Szóval, hogy
awesome.
mindenkinek üdvözletét küldöm.
All right.
sorry, I've just muted everyone and I
No,
muted you
that's quite
too,
all right.
Jesse. My bad.
No. Lithuania, Romania. This is pretty
Nem
amazing.
tudom, miért lettem leminítva. Remélem, hogy én nem hallatszom.
So, all right. So I know we've got. I just want to make sure. Are we good on the translation? Are we good now? Good for translation?
No, I'm a translator and I'm muted.
Oh, I got it. Oh, okay. So we're not doing simultaneous translation.
Yeah, sorry.
So
okay.
hang on, who have we got on the call that I'm supposed to mute? I'm so sorry. I haven't done like multiple translations before, but I will learn this. So who is it that needs to be muted or unmuted or made into co-host? Emmanuel. Okay. So sorry, Jesse.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. We're all leaders here. This is
make co-host. Yes. So Emmanuel, you're now co-host. You're now the interpreter for Romanian. Guys, Romanian is the new French, so he's under English to French, okay?
And Hungarian.
And Hungarian.
Yeah.
I've got to make you a co-host as well. Super.
there we go. This is so cool.
You should already be a co-host. Yeah, you should already be a co-host.
Simultaneously translated. It's so cool.
Melanie, make me host and I'll take care of it. Okay.
Thank you, honey. Okay. All right, we're good to go, Jesse. Thank you
Not
so
good
much.
yet. Sorry, Hungarian is not now.
All right. How are we doing now? Are we getting there?
No,
Give
Hungarian
me
is not
1
good.
minute.
Sorry.
Just give me 1 minute. I'm just adding everybody now. Okay, so.
No problem. No problem. While we were coming on here, let's see. While we're waiting, I was going to ask a little bit later, but I will ask now so we can maybe get some is, what do you want to know? What questions do you have for me? Anything you ever wanted to ask. This is a leadership call, so feel free to type into the chat box, and hopefully I'll be able to answer some questions for you guys here. Let me know what any questions you have while we're getting everything set up here. Everything, I know. All right, so how to go to the fastest to Crown Royale. Fastest to Crown Royale is to duplicate royales. That's really the fastest way, is the short version, the short answer to that question. But how to approach people, great question. Great question. We can talk about that today. And we got some translation. It looks like, are we good to go? It looks like we might be good to go.
it looks like we're good to go, guys. Is there any other languages that is missing right now so we can finalize?
Looks like we're doing pretty good.
I think we're good to go.
Good to
Jesse,
go.
over to you for this.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you so much. So nutrition coming to the NFR markets should, good question. Hopefully we can get that done hopefully soon. So usually with each country, because Secret was already a country that we had our kiosks and our stores in globally around the world, we had product approval in most of those countries. So that made it very easy for us to be able to open up an NFR opportunity for your guys' countries because we already had product approval. So the nutrition, because the nutrition was a company that Secret purchased that was not in Europe. So what we have to do is just go through the licensing processes to get those products licensed in your countries for us to be able to get them out there. And I know they've already started that process. And I don't know timeframes. It's usually different from each government entity, but you will have it, I promise. And Secret will get it to you as fast as possible. The good news is the bigger you build your business with our skincare products and with our Club Secret membership right now, when you add nutrition, it's just like adding a whole nother layer of income on top of your existing business. And that's what we're seeing right now is when I first started with Secret, we didn't have nutrition. We didn't have Club Secret. We only had our amazing Dead Sea skincare products. And that's where I started my business 9 years ago, or almost 10 years ago now. So, but today I want to have a little bit different of a conversation because Melanie, if I'm not mistaken, these are bronzes and above, right? This is a leadership call, isn't it? Is that right? So, so,
Correct.
yep. So
bronzes and above from.
So bronzes and above. So when it comes to leadership, I want to have a little bit different kind of conversation with you guys that I think hopefully can help you guys in getting to kind of the next level. Because many of you I know are bronzes. I'm sure we've got a lot of silvers and golds, platinums here on the line, and really kind of getting to the next ranks, getting to your next steps, and getting a chance for people to really develop themselves into the leader that we're looking to be, right? So, and that's really what I kind of want to share with you guys. If you had a chance to see some of my trainings over the weekend, I had a chance to kind of start this process. But I also want to make sure that we are looking at our business from a different perspective. So when it comes to approaching people, and let me go over here real quick. Okay, so when it comes to, many of you guys saw Muzaffar do this training when it talks about kind of human need psychology and our business, is that 27% of the population, what they call unmotivatable. Okay, they're unmotivatable. It doesn't matter what you do, you cannot motivate them. Right? Oops, I spelled it wrong. Motivatable. All right, I can't spell very well. English is not my strong suit. So unmotivatable. It doesn't matter. They're not joining your business. You have 60% of the population which are motivatable. Okay, that are motivatable, meaning they will be motivated based on their environment. And this is an important thing to understand. Then you have 10%, okay, 10% that are what they call self-motivated. And the top 3%, which are really what they call the motivators. All right. Now, I actually don't think that's a really the right word to describe this group of people. Because it's not like get motivated. It's not like that. I think if you cross that out, I think the better word would be mentor or coach. Okay. And by mentor or coach, I mean somebody who's been there and experienced what you're experiencing. And their goal is to really help and encourage you to move through these. Now, what's interesting in this is I would venture to say all of you, if not the vast majority of you in your business, are what we call self-motivated because you're here, you're on a leadership call. You're here at the beginning of this, you know, and because it takes something to be able to get there. Now, you might not always be self-motivated. You might have moments where you kind of slip back down, but you're probably usually in this category. Now, inside of our business, if we look at this, when we're out there doing prospecting, when we're, you know, sharing information with people, this is one of the things that we start looking at, but I want you to look at this as your business. Okay. So from the people who join your business, what percentage of your team is going to be a motivatable? Does anyone know? Right? Some people say, well, 60%. It's actually more than that. And the reason why is because these people don't join. Right? So if you take the rest of this, right, which is 60 of the 73% that's left, it equals approximately 90%. So about 90% of your team are going to be motivatables. They're going to be kind of, sort of, yes and no, in and out, right? So these people are very motivated by their environment. If they're around you, they're motivated to do secret. If they're not around you, they're not motivated to do secret. This is why it's so important to have consistent meetings, Zooms, events for this group of people. A lot of times we call these people the roller coaster riders, right? So all of a sudden they get a sign up and they're on the moon and they're super excited about their business. They're like, wee, right? And then somebody calls them and they quit the business. And then they're like, this isn't going to work. And then they're up and then they're down and then they're up and then they're down, right? So now in this, we want to try to level that out. But motivatables, a lot of them, what they're doing is they are very concerned about what the people around them think about them, about everything. They take a lot of their ideas, their inspiration, their decisions from outside information, right? Self-motivated people generally do a lot more self-reflective information, meaning they think about it themselves and then they go out to the world, okay? Now, why am I sharing this with you? Constantly, I have people all the time in my business say, I have all these people and they're not doing anything. And I'm always like, I bet I have more. I have a lot more people not doing anything. But I really thought in the beginning of my business, everyone that signed up was going to do it. And I found out that is just not the case. In fact, most people who join don't do much. In fact, there's some people who join who do nothing. I know, it's crazy. I'm sure you've experienced this, right? So when it comes to building the business, okay, what I needed to recognize is these is kind of two different groups of people, okay? You've got my motivatables and I've got my self-motivated, okay? Now, identifying this group of people is very important in your team. This is a leadership thing that it took me years to learn, okay? So motivatables usually have a lower self-esteem, okay? Not always, but usually, right? Because they're really concerned about the outside. So with motivatables, what I'm really working on is I don't focus on results. I focus on activities. I'm not focused on results. I'm focused on activities. So if you do enough activities, you'll start getting the results, okay? Because results can be too scary. If I tell a motivatable that is concerned if they believe they can do this or not, and I ask them to go sign up 5 people, you know, oh my gosh, they go sign up, they talk to 2 people, they say no, they get a negative person, they get some rejection, and they talk to 10 people and maybe they don't get 1 sign up. They're now going, I don't know if I can do this because I'm having them focus on the result. Now, if I told them, I don't want you to focus on signups, I want you to focus on showing 20 people our product. That's an activity. Show 20 people our product. Now, I know by showing 20 people the product, they'll probably get a few signups, but it's a completion of a task. It's not an actual result. Self-motivated people, I'm focused on results. Self-motivated people, results, competition. Okay? So they're usually very competitive. Hang on one sec here. Let's see. Do I have another marker? This one's, yeah, this one's maybe work. I have all these markers all over the place. I'll find another one. So self-motivated. Now, in your business, Most of you I know are self-motivated. What usually happens is I see self-motivated people get really pissed off at their motivatables. They get really frustrated with them. They're like, I don't understand. I told them to make a list. Why don't they just make a list? I mean, I told them when the call was. I got to tell them every week. I have to send them a text message every week to remind them. Why don't they just put it in their calendar, set a reminder? I mean, Jesus, I have 3 children of my own. I don't need 10 more children. This is what I see a lot of times. How many of you can relate to this on some level, and going like, oh my God, it's so frustrating. So I see a lot of times what happens is self-motivated leaders, sometimes what they'll get is they get so frustrated with this group of people. They just go, and they're like, like they just go, like, why don't they just do it? Why don't they just follow through, right? Now, I know most of you believe in this group of people, but they don't believe in themselves yet. They're not there yet. So this is what I want you to be careful of, okay? Is if you treat your motivatables like self-motivated, they will quit. They will leave the business. Why? The pressure. You will push them right out of the business. Self-motivated people do well under pressure. They perform under pressure. Motivatables hide under pressure. They distance themselves. This is when they stop answering your phone call. It's not because they feel like they're failing. It's because they feel like they're failing you. And they don't want to let you down. So in creating this environment is very important, because some people say, I have all these people, they're not doing anything. And they're doing one of the most important things. They're buying. Now, let me ask you a question. Okay. What percentage of your team is going to be motivatables? 90%. For how long? Forever. Forever. 90% of your team is going to be in this group of people. When a self-motivated person says something like this, they go, that's it. I'm not working with any of these people anymore. I'm only working with motivated people. Kiss your business goodbye. Game over. You have lost network marketing forever. Why have you lost network marketing forever? Because 90% of the people who join are going to be in this category. They are going to be. So why do these people, self-motivated people, they get to somewhere between maybe 4,000 a month to maybe 10,000 a month if they're super talented, and then they burn themselves out. And they do it over the course of about 3 years. And they go, you know what? It's just not worth it, because it's self-motivated. If you want it done right, do it yourself. That's it. I'm only working with serious people. And they go, all these people, they're just not committed. They're not committed. I don't need them. No, you do. You do need them. They're the majority of your business. The majority of your business are people who sign up one person a month, one person every few months. Okay. But the thing is this, inside of this group of people, now, how do you go make big money? How do you get to this 3%ers? The reason why the 3%ers make so much money in network marketing is because they have learned to work with this group of people. They've learned how to successfully work with this group of people to keep them in long enough for them to believe in themselves, for them to be able to experience what it's like to grow. Because if all I focus on is results, this group of people will believe they're failing. And if they believe they're failing, they won't stick around long enough to become successful. So you have to create an environment that it's safe for these people to fail. Please write that down. I must create an environment that it's safe for people to fail, which is part of growing. And that's what I want each one of you to think about. Now, inside of my business, the difference really, if you look at it, is self-motivated people, okay? All right, these people need a kick in the ass. Boom, let's go. Motivatables, they don't need a kick in the ass. They need a hug. They need a hug, right? So I want you to think about, you have two different businesses. You have a motivatable business and you have a self-motivated business. And these people need different training. They need different systems. They need different recognition. If the only people you recognize in your business are people that are number one, these people feel like they can never compete, ever. They can never feel like they're a part of it. So inside of this, self-motivated people, recognition. Oh my God, recognition, big time. Recognition, competition, challenges, right? So with motivatables, I'm focused on personal development. Personal development. Personal development. I'm focused on growth, culture, okay? Fun. You guys got that one down, I know, right? So, which is part of the reason why so many of you have stayed together for so long is not the amount of money you were making, it was the culture, the community that you guys had. That's so special, right? So, and when you start hearing people say things like, man, it's not how much I'm making, it's who I'm becoming, that's when you know you got it right. That's when you know you're on track to building a business that's impenetrable, that no one can take away, because it's not that I want people to stay here. I want them to grow. I want them to grow past, okay, into this person. But I need them to start believing in themselves. And that doesn't happen in a day. And a lot of times it doesn't happen in a month. Sometimes it takes years. But if I don't create an environment where they feel comfortable, that they'll stay long enough to become themselves, then I'm just having a business that's a revolving door. Okay. So keep this in mind. Now, that being said, if you treat yourself motivated people like motivatables, they will leave. Because they're like, I mean, holding hands, kumbaya. Okay, I'm here to build a business. I'm here to make money. show me what to do. Show me how to do it, right? Show me how to make this thing work. Right? So you need to make sure that you also have things for them. Leadership calls, mastermind trainings, right? Things that are going to be for these different groups. So I'm doing trainings like this weekend, right? So I'm doing my training. I want you to think about it is when I do my training, I know that 90% of the people watching, let's say there's 1,000 people watching, 900 of them are in this category. 100 of them are probably in this category. And maybe 5 of them are up here. Okay. So who am I speaking to when I'm doing my trainings? Am I speaking to this group? Or am I speaking to this group? So when I do my trainings, I try to spend 80% of my time talking to this group. So when I'm doing whether it be, now this case is a little different. This isn't a call for everybody. Your bronzes and above. So there's less of you on this call, which is why I'm having this leadership conversation with you guys, because most of you are in this category. And what happens a lot of times is you're being angry at this group of people. But what'll happen is the frustration will make them feel like they're not living up to your expectation. So they step out. So, and if you think about it, it makes sense, right? So I want to just help these people grow. Is this making sense? Yes? Yes? Okay. So how do we apply this to our business? What does this mean? Okay. So as we're going out there and building out our team, all right, I want you to start classifying. I want you to kind of take a look at is what does this person need? Because what is our job? Our job as leaders is to do our business in excellence in front of our team, to do our business in excellence in front of our team. Okay. So, and I want everyone to grow, but there are different groups of people that grow for different reasons. So when I'm doing this, I want to help people move forward. That's the number one thing. If I look at, my tattoos and it's a way is to keep moving forward, keep moving forward. So to help people get unstuck, to kind of get them out of whatever it is that they're looking at. Okay. So in this means of how can I become a better communicator? How can I become better at helping people get unstuck from anything, from an idea and or a position, whatever it may be? And I'll give you one more example of this. And I think I might be able to do it here. Let's see here. if I do it this way, I'll show you this way. So I do an exercise where I talk about communication and how good is your communication with the people you're working with, right? And what I do is I get 2 audience members and I pull them up on stage. And what I'll do is I'll stand in the middle of them and I have them on the opposite sides of the room. And I say, listen, you can't move. You have to stand right where you are without moving your feet, okay? And what I do is I take 2 pieces of paper. And on one piece of paper, okay, this is what I do. Okay, so I do this so they can't see. So I write this on one piece of paper and then I write this on the other piece of paper. And what I do is I hold them up like this in front of the room. So nobody in the audience can actually see what's on the pieces of paper. And so one person is over here on this side of the room. The other person's on this side of the room. And I say, describe to me what you see. And I'll look to this person. And they'll say, I see a box with a triangle inside. I was like, okay, that's awesome. That's what you see. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I say, okay, perfect. And I go over here and I go, what do you see? And he goes, I see a circle with a rectangle in it. He said, that's what you see. Are you sure? How sure are you? He's like, I'm for sure. I say, perfect. He sees a circle. What do you see? He says, no, I see a square with a triangle. I said, are you sure? He says, yeah. He says, hey, he sees a square with a triangle. Do you see a square with a triangle? No, I see a circle with a rectangle. Are you sure? Well, I mean, what kind of person would see a square? He says, I don't know, a stupid person. I mean, are you sure you don't see a square, right? And the audience has no idea what's going on. So I asked the audience, I was like, which one do you think it is? And what's interesting is this, the audience will either go, I don't know, or they'll side with the person that's the most confident. Whoever's the most confident is who the audience will believe, right? So, but what's interesting is this, is then I try to get them to argue with each other. It's my favorite thing. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like he says there's a square. Are you, what kind of person would say such a thing? I mean, there's no square here. I mean, I don't see a square, right? And then all of a sudden, what I do is this, is I show the audience, right? And I go, bodom, bodom. And they go, ah, the audience goes, ah. Right? And I go, so let me ask you a question. Who was right? They both were right from their perspective. And what I learned was nobody argues a wrong point of view. Nobody argues something they see that they think is the way that it is. They think it's this way because that's his experience from his point of view. So if somebody has a different point of view than you, they're right from their point of view. So what a lot of times, instead of making them wrong, going like, what is wrong with you? You're stupid. It's not, it's a circle. Why don't you see the circle? Okay. What I need to do is I need to get them to my side. However, the easiest way to get somebody to see your perspective is to go to their side first. It's the best way to do it. So what I say, listen, you see a square? I don't see a square. I say, well, listen, why don't you come over here? And I ask this guy to go to the other side. And they both stand together. And they go, oh, I see now what you see. I do see a square with a triangle. Got it. That makes sense now. Hang on a sec. I see now what you see. Let me show you what I was seeing. And you bring them to the other side of the conversation, the other side of the idea, the other side of the philosophy. Now, I hold this up, but then I go, okay, all right. So, and then I'll write on one side, building in Europe is too hard. And then I'll write on the other side, building in Europe is easy. All right. And I'll go, what do you see? Building in Europe is too hard. What do you see? Building in Europe is easy. He thinks building in Europe is too hard. Is that what you see? That's not what I see. And I put a philosophy, not an image, a thought, a belief system on each side of the paper. And I go, now, what do you see? And usually the person that's the most confident wins. Now, why am I sharing this with you? We all have ideas. We all have beliefs. We all have philosophies as to our business. But everybody has their own point of view that's different. My job as a leader is to help people move forward, to get them in a better state of mind, a better philosophy, a better idea that's going to produce a better result in their life. Helping them, taking them from here to there, from point A to point B, and moving them through that process. So these are some things, because all of you guys are going to be in conversations, all of you, where you're going to want to butt heads with them, because they are going to say something and it's going to set off that thing inside of you, you know, you're like, you know, because I remember when people would say stupid stuff to me, and I wanted to be like secret defender man, you know, like put on my cape and be like, you're stupid, you're wrong, you don't know. But I never got onto their side to help them move, right? So as you're building this, I want you to be thinking about, what are they looking at? How can I look at what they're looking at and then show them what I'm looking at? That's giving me a different perspective. So as you're working with your motivatables, as you're working with your self-motivated, the question is how can I help them move forward? How can I pour belief into them? Because people's biggest fear is they're not enough. And if they're not enough, they won't be loved. That's their biggest fear. Some of you guys are like, that's not my biggest fear. It's your biggest fear. Okay. So if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. What does that mean? Because no, I'm just afraid of failure. Well, why? I'm afraid of failure. Well, because if I fail, then, then I won't have this, I won't have that. Well, then, and if you follow their failure, you'll lead to their fear. Now, a lot of times high achievers, they don't call it, failure. They don't call it that. They call it stress. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. No, you're just afraid. Follow someone's stress. It'll lead you to their fear. So what I'm looking for is, how do I help somebody move forward? How do I have them gain a little bit of extra belief in themselves, belief in what's possible, and help them move through that journey? And how a lot of network marketers do that is they use stories. So becoming a great storyteller. And if you'll notice today, most of what I've been doing is sharing with you guys stories, sometimes metaphors. Metaphors are great ways of teaching. Okay. But today, I want you to think about your business differently. You're not a salesperson. You're not a recruiter. You're a teacher. The best people I see inside of Secret are people that are really good teachers. They're really good at taking information, passing it on, paying it forward, making it simple, making it digestible, making it something that everyone can understand. So you get those agreements where people go, oh, this makes sense. And what you're trying to do is help people have some of those aha moments, where those blind spots. And some of you, I'm hoping, had one today where you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know. I needed to know that. Man, I've been messing that up, right? Trust me, I have those all the time in my business, and I'm constantly learning and getting better. Now, Melanie, I don't know how much time I have. I could go on for days.
I mean, I could just listen all night. Like, my next call's like at 5 a.m. for that diamond call. So if you want to keep going, I am like right there. Like, I feel like I never understood network marketing until right now. Like, I'm just like, why didn't someone tell me this before? It's amazing. And I'm sure everyone feels the same way. So if you want to keep going, I think we're all good.
Good. Well, I mean, I can go on, I got lots of good stuff to talk about. I wanted to have that conversation with you guys because I think that there's a belief that you're either going to be successful or you're not. And I disagree with it. I believe that the right environment will create success for more people. So it's our job to create the environment, a culture of growth, of culture of success, where I've said it like a safe haven for people. Because we know, how many of you guys, you're your own worst critic, right? So just like, I mean, we're so negative to ourselves about how bad we're doing, or how we should be further, or how I can't believe I'm not doing it right. Or, most people, we're our own worst critics. So when we get around people who are really critical of us, even if they're not, right? So if they're critical of us, we just go, it's too much, and we back out. So creating that environment is really, really, really important. I'll give you guys one more idea and or philosophy that I think will help you guys. That took me, I don't know, 10 years probably to figure out. Maybe longer. So listen, you don't have to be the fastest to success. And some of you guys heard my story probably over the weekend. For those of you who didn't, my first 4 months inside of network marketing, I made no money, not $1, not one sign up. So I'm a testimonial that you can, as long as you get started, you can still finish the race. But more importantly is, our business is not a luck-based business. Our business is a skill-based business. It's a skill-based business. And all the skills to be successful can be learned if you're looking for them. If you believe our business is a talent-based business, then you won't be looking for the skills. I want you to go, what are the skills that are required to be successful, and who can I learn them from? Now, hearing something is not the same as knowing something. But a lot of people believe because they've heard something, they know it. And that's not true. Until you can teach it, you don't know it. Good example. I've been around the language of Spanish a lot in my life. I've heard Spanish a lot. Just because I've heard Spanish, does it mean I speak Spanish? Nope. Right? So I can only speak it when I can speak it. Most people have heard about network marketing or heard about inviting or heard about launching or game planning, but until you're doing it, you don't know it. So we have to remember there's the big difference between knowing and doing. And one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my business, which was in this conversation here. So I'll show you guys real quick. Okay. So if this was me, okay? So I am happy. And I get started and I sign up my first person, right? So, and I sign them up in the business. What I was trying to do for years, okay, is I thought it was my responsibility to make this person successful. That's what I thought, right? So some of you guys are like, it is. No, it's not. This is one of the fastest ways to pain inside of network marketing, is trying to be responsible for everybody's success in your business. Okay. So it's like trying to be responsible for everybody's happiness and health in your life, no. So whose business are we responsible for? Everyone point at yourself real quick. You're responsible for yourself, right? So now the word responsible, if you break it down, my mom would teach me that the word responsible is the ability to respond, to be response-able. Right? Now, the ability to respond is different than taking on, okay, other people's responsibility. So when I first got started in the business, I would recruit somebody. So I would recruit Jane, okay? And I recruit Jane, and I'm trying to recruit Jane. And through Jane, I'm going to try to make Jane successful. Whatever I do, I'm going to make Jane successful. I'm going to work really hard. And I would invest a lot of time, okay? I would invest a lot of time, money, sometimes, so traveling and stuff, into Jane to make Jane successful. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. Statistically, on this chart, where's Jane going to be? Motivatable. Statistically, right? So that 9 out of 10 times, Jane's going to be a motivatable. So a lot of times what I did was this, is I was trying to treat Jane like this and help her become the leader she was meant to be. And Jane doesn't even know if she's going to make it to Friday. So, right. So what had happened is I would spend all this time trying to make Jane successful and invest all this time. And then Jane, let's say Jane quits. So Jane quits the business. So then it's like, shit. All right, now what? So now I got to go find somebody else. So now I go find John. I go find John, I sign up John, and I'm going to try to make John successful. And I'm going to work so hard with John, and John, we're going to be this, we're going to do this thing. And then months go by and John stops answering my phone calls. And I teach John everything about the comp plan and the business plan and the success plan. And John quits the business. And it's like, oh, shit. So then I go sign up another person. I sign up Sarah. And I try to make Sarah successful. And oh man, I did this for so long. And here's what I found out, okay? That it's not my job to make people successful. It's not my job, okay? My job is to build my business, okay? So I'm building my business and their job is to build their business. And I make that very clear at the very beginning of when I sign somebody up. I say, Sarah, listen, if you're going to be successful in secret, it's going to be because of you. If you're going to fail in secret, it's going to be because of you too. So it's good news and bad news, meaning you're in control of your destiny. Now, my job is to be a resource for you. My job is, in the beginning right now, you're going to be dependent a little bit, but the goal is to become independent as quickly as possible. Okay. So, but here's what I try to do is I tried to make Sarah me immediately. And Sarah may never be me. Sarah may never want to be me. Sarah may never want to go earn hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sarah may just want to earn a few $100, have some fun, travel with her friends, and introduce people when she feels like it. But if I'm trying to make Sarah the biggest person in the world, she may never even really get started. So what I learned was this was the new me when I started learning how to build the business in a way that was better for everybody. Okay. This time I introduced John. Okay. All right. Instead of trying to make John successful, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to help John. Now, John knows people, right? So John knows people. I want to meet some of the people that John knows. My goal here is to network as fast as possible. That's why it's called network marketing, working through the network. So John has people. The best thing I can do for John is to help John sign somebody up. Okay. So I want to meet who John knows. Who's John's best friend? Who can I connect with through John? Right. So John introduces me to Josh. Okay. So John introduces me to Josh. And maybe I do a live Zoom for him. I do a presentation or whatever it is. And I meet Josh. What I used to do was I thought, so now Josh, we want to do a grand opening for Josh. So we're going to do a grand opening for Josh and get him started. Now, people ask me, who am I doing the grand opening for? People say, well, you're doing it for Josh. And then I would say, are you sure? And people go, well, yeah, I think so. You're doing it. No, you're doing it for John. You're doing it for John. I was like, are you sure? Yeah. I said, I said, I'm going to go do a grand opening. Who are you doing the grand opening for Josh? You. Because whose business are you building? Your business. I'm not building Josh's business. I'm not building John's business. Now, is it helping Josh? Is it helping John? Absolutely. But I'm not building their business. And I don't want them to think I'm building their business. I want them to think I'm building my business. But they get to earn while they learn by me helping them do this, right? But eventually, I'm trying to see, are they going to pay attention to what Jesse's doing? But they may never. John may never. But John, let's say Josh introduces two people. He introduces Sarah and he introduces Jasmine. Okay. So introduce Sarah, introduces Jasmine. Now, all of a sudden, I go do this presentation and I go do a presentation for Jasmine. Who am I doing that presentation for? Me. Because I'm building my business. But what I used to do is this. I used to think Josh should be doing this presentation. Josh should be the one doing this. That's Josh's business. Why isn't he doing this? And then what I would do is hope and pray that one of the people that doesn't even know if they believe in themselves yet, one of the motivatables, and I'm handing my business over to the motivatables, and the majority of the time, what would they do? They wouldn't do it. And then I get mad and frustrated at them. They weren't serious. They weren't committed. No, they were never self-motivated. All right. So I'm building my business for me. And I'm outbound. I'm doing this until I find somebody, until I find a Melanie. Right. And I find Melanie, and Melanie is like, she's serious. And she starts doing it because all I need to do is this. I need to find this person motivatable until I find myself motivated. So what does that mean? I was trying to recruit self-motivated people, not dig to find the self-motivated people. So they are out there in your business. So you guys have all seen this, right? 5 who get 5, who get 5, who get 5, who get 5. You guys have all seen this? Yes? Give me a nod, right? So you recruit 5 people, recruit 5 people, recruit 5 people, recruit 5. You guys know that's not ever how it works. It doesn't work like that at all. Right? So it's you who recruit 1, who recruit 1, who recruit 1, who recruit 1, who recruits thousands. That's how it works every single time. Now, here's the thing that most people don't realize. People think this person recruited this person, recruited this person, recruited this person. Nope. This is you. You did this presentation, and this person introduced you to this person that you did that presentation, introduced you to this person that you did that presentation, introduced you to this person that you did that presentation, introduced you. By the time you found this person, most of these people have stopped doing the business. But if you expected them to go do this, you never get to this. So this is when they say digging and or tap rooting is really important when you're building your business. So why is this important? And I want you to be thinking about is the people that are in my business, the majority of them, I want them to be excited to introduce me to people. So a good example is, would you feel confident introducing me to one of your prospects, to introduce them to show them secret? Hopefully, yes. Right. So, right. If I asked you why, why would you feel comfortable? Like if you had a choice, would you want me to show secret to someone you know? Most of you hopefully would say yes. Right. And why? Well, because I know the business, I know the products, I've had success, all that stuff. And I'm not going to piss off somebody or offend them. Right. I'm not going to turn away your friend. Right. So I'm a professional. I've done this for a long time. Okay. So I want your whole team thinking that way about you. That's what I want. Remember, this is a leadership conversation. I'm talking to those of you guys that are here. So in this example, I want Jasmine, Sarah, Josh, John, all day long. I want them thinking, I can't wait to introduce people to Jesse. I want to introduce more people to Jesse. So what happens is your team ends up bringing you all of your business. Instead of you having to go hunt for business, your team. Right now, it's impossible for me to do the amount of presentations my team is requesting me to do. That's a good problem to have. I want you to have that problem. I want you to have your team bringing people to you. So what does that mean? You need to become a good presenter. So write this in your notes. Presenting. Okay. So becoming a good presenter. How do I present? How can I present secret in the best way possible? Okay. How can I present these products? How can I present Club Secret? How can I present the opportunity? Okay. And I'll give you one piece of it on the business. Now, remember, this is important. And I'm going to go back to this many times because I think this may help you guys. When I'm doing a presentation with somebody, I want to keep in mind they're probably in one of these two categories. The self-motivated people will have lots of objections. They'll ask lots of questions, right? So they'll be usually very direct, pointed. A lot of times people say these are more the reds. True. So, but not always. So there's a lot of self-motivated people that are yellow. There's a lot of self-motivated people that are greens and self-motivated people that are blues. Their personality may come out differently, but they're still very self-motivated, right? So, but if I know the people I'm sitting down with, one of their biggest issues is probably going to be they're scared, self-esteem, right? So then I can do a presentation to help ease their confidence about getting started, okay? So And how I do that and how I help people move forward. Remember, moving forward. Okay. So, and I'll maybe I'll leave you with this. I don't know. Maybe we'll do more training. We'll find out. You never know what you're going to get. So there's two types of kids that get to the pool. Some of you guys have these children. Some of you guys are these children. So when you get to the pool, I want you to imagine you get to the pool and and let's say the pool is a little cold, right? There's two types of kids. There's the one kid who walks up to the pool and they dip their toe in and they're like, it's cold, right? And they look back at you and you're like, just get in, you'll be fine, right? It's not cold. It's a little cold. You know what I mean? So what happens is this, they put their feet in and they put their feet in off the first step and they're like, and they wait a little while until they get more comfortable and their body temperature starts to acclimate. And then once they're comfortable there, what do? They take the next step, right? The next step in. And they're like, oh. And then they take the next step, right? And then you get about the waist, especially for the guys. They're like, okay, here we go, right? And then once you get about halfway in, that's when you're kind of like committed. You know what I mean? Like once you're about halfway, this is when most of the guys go, all right, I'm in. Like you'll finally do like the last plunge, or they'll go all the way up to their head and and they'll be like, and then finally duck underneath. That's one kid. The second type of kid is the kid who gets to the pool and they're running, and mom's like, stop running. And you're like, I'm not running. Like they're running and they're just off to the deep end and it's just woo, backflip, bam, right into the pool. And now it's cold for them too, right? And they're like, and then they're fine. And then they're swimming. And then they're going bronze and silver and royale, right? So, but if you think about it, I always ask people, I said, what's the best way to get in the pool? And always somebody yells, jump in. Now, let me ask you a question. What type of person is yelling, jump in? Some of you guys are like that. You're like, just jump in, just jump in. I was like, yeah, the people who jump in always yell, jump in, just jump in, just jump in. You could do it, right? And the answer is whatever gets them in the pool. Some people will never just jump into the deep end of the pool, ever. In fact, a lot of people will not do that. They won't. Now, if you're only looking for deep end pool jumpers, then you miss out on a very large percentage of the population of people that will enjoy being in the pool, but they're not getting in the pool that way. So I want somebody to come in and go crush this thing and go 100 miles an hour and go build this. Trust me, that's what I want. I'm looking for leaders. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for self-motivated people. But I also have to know the majority of the population is not there, and they're not there yet. And they may never be there, and that's okay. Is it okay for someone to make $300 a month for the rest of their life and be happy a part of Secret? And the answer is yes. Yes. If they want more, can they get more? Yes. If they're willing to do more. But some are not. Some just want to put their toes in the water. That's it. They just want to put their feet at the edge of the pool and kick around and do a little bit at the pool. And that's okay. If we're trying to make everybody, deep in pool jumpers, it's not going to work. So what we do is you take them. So when somebody's not ready to jump into the deep end of the pool, I've really probably identified them as somebody that's probably more scared to go all in. So they're scared to go all in. So what am I going to do? Take them over to the steps and just put their feet in. Hey, how does that feel? Let's just get you started. Let's get you a couple products. Hey, why don't we let's not introduce everybody What about like 2 people? Who are 2 people that we could introduce? Who's a couple people that this would be? Who would you be comfortable showing these products to? Not everybody. Now, do I want them to show everybody? Yes. But right now, I'm going to scare them out of the business before they even joined. I take them over to put their feet in. And then once that feels a little uncomfortable, what do? We get them to the next step. Oh, let's get them to the next step. And then you get a little more comfortable, and then you get them to the next step. And then you kick them in. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe you kick them in. But they're going to find out a big portion of the people that I have a part of my business, okay, is that we guided them into the pool. Okay. And help them through that. Again, why is it? Some people are just scared to get launched and started. I can tell you that these are some of the philosophies that helped me. I believe in everyone, but I count on no one. I believe in everyone, but I count on no one. I'm not counting on any specific person to build my business. And I'm not building their business. So a good example, Melanie asked me to do this bronze and above call. Who am I doing this call for?
You're doing it for me. It's amazing. I love it.
Actually, I love it, but I'm not. I'm actually doing it for me. Because whose business am I building? My business. And I want all of you to be thinking about it in the exact same way. You are not building your team's business. You're building your business. I'm doing this call. Okay. There are things I do for nonprofit. This is not one of them. I'm doing this. Why? Because I want to develop more leaders that can replicate and duplicate. But is it helping you? Yes. But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. Now, it's not selfish. It's not selfish to make sure you're taken care of. Because when you're taken care of, you can take care of others. Okay. And I want most people, if they have the expectation that the people above them, it's their responsibility to build their business, then they're set up with the wrong mindset. So I want everyone to believe I'm building my business. I'm responsible for my business. Now I'm going to do everything I can to help you build your business. I'm going to do calls. I'm going to do trainings. I'm going to show up. I'll teach you what I know. I'll teach you what not to do, but I can't build your business for you. So I hope that some of this is making sense. I do open it up if anyone has any questions. I think we've probably been here an hour. I don't know if this was supposed to be a 30-minute call or an hour-long call, but I just want you guys to know that we are so blessed to have all of you with Secret, and that you chose Secret as your home. And we will do everything in our power. And I know this has not been easy. I know for some of you that has not been an easy few years. I know for many of you, it's been some of the most challenging things you've done in your business. But I promise you, we will not betray your trust. We will not leave you in the mess. We will make sure that we figure out what all the solutions. We're going to have more challenges. We're going to have more problems. That's part of being in business. You guys are pioneering an entire continent. I want you guys to know that, right? And some people are saying, well, we should have this and we should have that. Well, this company has that. I was like, yeah, they've been in their country for 10 years. They didn't start there. People say, I want this. We will have all that. I promise you, we will have all that. We will build all that. But right now we are launching, we're pre-launching the companies, we're pre-launching these products, and you're at the beginning. And 10 years from now, 20 years from now, people are going to say to you, oh my God, you were there at the beginning? Man, I wish I was there. And you're going to say, no, you don't. It was really hard. Because the beginning phases of it are really, really, really challenging. And I want you to know how much I respect your commitment, your courage, and your faith in Secret and in all of us. And I can't wait to see you guys on the 10-year anniversary trip in Santorini. I can't wait to see you guys on a Secret escape soon. But I also can't wait to come out and do a tour and start doing live events in all of your countries. Because as much as Zoom is a great technology, this is amazing. I'm grateful for it. There's nothing like being with you guys live in person and getting a chance to give you guys a hug and then go out and dance the night away. So Melanie, I will turn it over to you. I'll stick around for any questions that you have. But thank you guys for having me today.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jesse. That was mind-blowing. Actually, there were things that I have never heard. And we've been around network marketing myself for 9 years. I've Frassini for 10 years. And I can guarantee a lot of this call was stuff we have never heard in the industry. And we listened to podcasts of other network marketers and read all the books, and it was just unbelievable. But I do want to let everybody on the call know, guys, you can all meet Jesse in person in 40 days from now at Elevate, right? He's going to be there in person. We are like doing whatever we can in our power. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's so cute. But we're doing everything in our power to be there in person so we can meet Jesse, so that we can, you know, hug him, see the office, you know, meet all the original secret leaders. So guys, get your tickets for Elevate, see whatever you can do to get to the States, because, you know, there's going to be this one chance, this one first live event that we all get to go to. So I just want to push that Elevate. Jesse's going to be there in person, and we're hoping to meet him at that. And you're all welcome to be there in person too.
Yeah. And if you want to, today was more of a philosophical conversation, kind of ideas. If you want, next week or whenever, I mean, next week, same time, I could even do for bronzes and above, is a rank advancement plan. And understanding ranks and rank advancing, if that's something, and looking at your back office and volume, is something I'd love to do too, if you guys want me to.
Boom. I think we love it. Let's lock it in right now, and we can get everybody to push people to rank up for that. Like, get everybody that's getting close to bronze, even new people can come in today and hit bronze by next week and get this valuable information from Jesse. Like, it's information like we've never had before, guys. Like, this has been so mind-blowing that we can bring in new people, get them to bronze just to hear it from the horse's mouth. So yeah, I'm hyped. Let's book that in the diary. We're booked for next week. Amazing.
Perfect. Any other questions I can answer for you guys today? No? Well, if you bring them next week, I'll be here. So we'll be here next week. And rank advancing. So it is a new week. So this is a new week. So push, right? So push hard to qualify for your next rank and requalify for your existing rank by Tuesday morning, because it's Tuesday morning over there, right? Is when the clock flips.
Yep,
So,
9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. So you've got this time to go after this thing, but who can you help advance this week? Because what is Royale? Royale is helping someone on your left and your right go bronze, really, and a little bit more, right? How do you go silver? Help 2 people on your left and your right go bronze, maybe a little bit more, right? So bronze is really a foundational rank. And then once you're good at breaking bronzes, then the whole game is Royales. Royale. How do you go crown Royale? Break Royales. Teach people how to go Royale, and then teach their new people how to go Royale, and then teach their new people how to go Royale. It really is that. So anyway, we'll do some comp plan training next week and a little bit higher level training, and to make sure you guys understand the comp plan and how to get promoted in the comp plan and where to focus and things in your back office that you may not even know. So I got some tricks in there. So we'll see you guys next week.
I can't wait. I'm so hyped up for that. Amazing.
Right.
So we will see you next week. Everybody, thank you very much. And good night. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.